Fellow Nigerians, I remain my humble self, Comrade Chidi James. You and I know what happened on the floor of the Senate on the 6th of March 2025, where Akpabios' insistence to change the goalpost in the middle of the game for Senator Natasha was met with stiff resistance by Senator Natasha, and that led to Senator Natasha's suspension. Meanwhile, watch this clip, and I'll come back at the end of the clip.
Those in support of prayer to say aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. For the Senate to consider lifting this suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration by the Nigerian Senate. Those in support of prayer to say aye. Those against say nay. I don't think, Senator Baribe, as a landlord of the Senate, I don't think they heard what I read. So let me just repeat for clarity that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Okay, because I thought I heard 50-50. Let me make it 40-60. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenure of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
Did you see it? Abuse of power. Hey, abuse of power. Did you say when Senator Akpabio was claiming not to understand anything or not to hear anything or having ear problem? No, this is not a case of not understanding or having any ear problem. This is what happens when you are a judge in your own case. Yes, we shouted it. We warned you. We were screaming. Step aside and let fair trial. Step aside and let your deputy handle this matter. You can't be a judge in your own case. It will never happen where anybody will set exams for themselves and fail. You have seen the outcome. Yes. I think it is an opportunity for the opposition members and those who had their names, inserted their signatures hacked and inserted on the pages of the recommendations without their consent, to sue Senator Akpabio for abuse of power. Yes, you might say it is not your problem, it doesn't concern you, but let me tell you, injustice remains injustice. It is another person's turn today, tomorrow it might be yours. If you keep silent, yes, your silence will be seen taken for support, because there is no neutrality in injustice. He raised this matter for 3 good times. The first one, you can see obviously everybody responded positively. The second time again, he claimed not to understand or there is it wasn't clear. Then the third time, even when he said the ayes have it, the voices and the sound of the people saying nay was sounding like a thunder. This is abuse of office. Clear case of abuse of office. If we still have opposition in the house, if we still have lovers of goodwill, if we still have those who do not support injustice or persecution, it is not a matter of, in this case, it is not a case of, it is not the case of Natasha. It is not the case of the accused of sexual harassment. It is the case of abuse of office. This is a clear matter of power drunk. We screamed in the beginning, step aside, you insisted. You muzzled everyone down and you became a judge in your own case. Yet, there's no way you will be an incorruptible judge being a judge in your own case. I encourage all the opposition senators in the House, the PDP, the Labour Party, the SDPs, and what have you, and including all those who had their voice silenced by this singular act of madness, to sue Senator Akpabio for abuse of office and abuse of power. Heaven will not fall. Take this bold courage, take this bold step. Let Nigerians know that, yes, you are still there for the purpose and reason for which you were elected. Take this bold step, Nigerians are watching. And to you, Senator Emashan, the Senate Committee Chairman on Ethics, we have seen and we have noticed that the voices of Nigerians have reached your ear because you are already reacting. But you have also gone to the floor of the Senate to silence the voice of Nigerians. You are already saying that a matter which is already before the international community should no longer be discussed on the floor of the Senate. Yes, this sounds like one of those statements from Senator Akpabio that Nigerians will be protesting and they will be eating. Yes, we have seen those who he will be eating with. But there is no issues. Nigerians are watching. Yes, Emashan, you can make your suggestions on the floor of the Senate to muzzle down the voices of Nigerians whom you represent. But you can never succeed in closing our mouth on the social media. You can never succeed in closing our mouth on national televisions and radio stations across Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Keep deluding yourself. International communities are seeing all those. Like I said before, take this move, take this bold step. Heaven will not fall. It doesn't matter what happens with the case at the end of the day. But it matters that you prove to Nigerians that you are there for their interest and not for your own selfish interest. Thank you and God bless you.